Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, it's Zainab. Welcome back to my daily reading of Lantern of the Path by the 6th Imam, Imam As-Sadiq. Today I want to read to you chapters 23 and 24, inshaAllah. So I'm just going to get started. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, all praise belongs to Him, and Allah's peace and blessings to Prophet Muhammad and his pure family. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Also, chapter 23 is on intention. Okay. The person who has a sincere intention is the one who has a sound heart, because a sound heart, free from thoughts about forbidden things, comes from making your intention purely for Allah in all matters. So, now there's a quote from the Holy Quran, chapter 26, ayahs 88 and 89. The day on which neither property will avail nor sons except him who comes to Allah with a heart free from evil. Okay. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the intention of the believer is better than his action, and also actions are by intentions, and every man will obtain what he had intended. The slave of Allah must therefore have sincere intention in every moment of action and stillness, because he will not be heedless. Those who are heedless have been censured by Allah. So now the Holy Quran, chapter 25, ayah number 44 says, they are nothing but as cattle. No, they are straying further off the path. So further even than cattle. Okay. Also, chapter 7, ayah number 179 says, these are the heedless ones. Intention appears from the heart, according to the purity of knowledge. It varies as belief varies at different moments in its strength and weakness. The selfishness and passion of those with sincere intention is subjugated to the power of the glorification of Allah and modesty before Him. He is by His nature, His appetites, and His own desires in a state of discomfort, and yet people find ease at His hand. MashaAllah. Okay, chapter 24 is on remembrance. He who truly remembers Allah is the one who obeys Him. Whoever forgets is disobedient. Obedience is the mark of guidance. Disobedience is the sign of misguidance. The root of both states lies in remembrance, which is dhikr in Arabic, and forgetfulness. Make your heart the focal point of your tongue, which should not move unless the heart indicates. The intellect agrees, and your tongue accords with belief. Almighty Allah knows what you conceal and what you reveal. Be like someone who has shed his soul from his body, or like someone who is attending the great parade on the day of reckoning, not distracting yourself from the obligations which your Lord has laid on you in His commands and prohibitions, His promise and His threat. Do not be occupied with yourself rather than with the duties laid down for you by your Lord. Wash your heart clean with the water of sorrow and fear. Make remembrance of Allah part of His most glorious remembrance of you. He remembers you, but He does not need you. His remembrance of you is more glorious, more desirable, more praiseworthy, more complete, and more ancient than your remembrance of Him. The knowledge you obtain by His remembrance of you will beget you humility, modesty, and contrition, which will in turn be the cause of your witnessing His nobility and previous overflowing favor. The latter will then belittle your obedience in your own eyes, however copious it may be as a result of His favors, and you will be sincerely devoted to Him. But your consciousness and esteem of your own remembrance of Him will lead you to showing off, pride, foolishness, and coarseness in your character, for it means attaching too much importance to your obedience while forgetting His overflowing favor and generosity. It will only make you more distant from Him, and all that you will acquire with the passing of the days is alienation. There are two sorts of remembrance: sincere remembrance, with which the heart is in harmony, and remembrance which arises through banishing any remembrance of other than Allah. As the Messenger of Allah said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I cannot do justice in properly raising you as you praise yourself. Praising you as you praise yourself, not raising. So I'll read that again. I cannot do justice in properly praising you as you praise yourself. The Messenger of Allah did not set any limit on remembering Allah, since he knew the truth that Allah's remembrance of His bondsman was greater than the bondsman's remembrance of Him. Thus, it is even more fitting that whoever comes after the Prophet should not set any limits, and whoever wants to remember Allah should know that as long as Allah does not remember the bondsman by granting him success in remembering him, that bondsman will not be able to remember him. Interesting. MashaAllah. Okay, and that's it for today. Thank you for joining me as I read to you from this amazing book, Lantern of the Path. And I hope you'll join me again tomorrow as I read more to you, inshaAllah. Until then, stay blessed and stay tuned. Oh, if you're still here, I'm going live in 10 minutes after I upload this video. I hope to see you there. Thanks. See you soon, inshaAllah.